You're welcome to another episode of Let's Solve Mathematics. In this episode, we'll be looking at complex analysis. And we are asked to write the following complex numbers in the form of x plus I, y. The first question here is A. And A says 4 minus 7i and 2 plus 3i. Now we'll open the bracket by multiplying the content of the first bracket with the other. So 4 times minus 2 gives us minus 8. 4 times 3 gives us 12i. Minus 7 times 2 gives us plus 14i. Minus times plus gives us minus. Minus 7 times 3 gives us 21. I times I gives us I squared. Now every time you see I squared in mathematics is equal to minus 1. Now we have minus 8 plus 12 plus 14 gives us 26i minus 21 times 1 is the same thing as 21. Remember this. So now I squared is equal to minus 1. So by the time we multiply minus 1 by 21, we'll get a different sign there. So the whole thing becomes minus 8 plus 26i plus 21. Minus times minus is plus, 21 times 1 is 21. So minus 8 plus 21 becomes 13. 13 plus 26i. So our result is now in the form of x plus I, y. So this is the correct answer for A. Now for B. B says 1 minus I is raised to power 3. So it means we'll multiply the content of the bracket in 3 places. So we have 1 times 1 as 1, 1 times I as I. Minus I times 1 is minus I, minus times minus is plus, I times I is I squared. So this another bracket, our bracket is reducing. 1 minus I. Now 1 minus 2i plus, remember I squared is equal to minus 1. So if we bring in minus 1 here, this becomes minus 1. Now 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So what we are left with in this bracket is minus 2i, and then we have the next bracket 1 minus I. Now minus 2i times 1 gives us minus 2i, minus times minus gives us plus, and minus 2 times this gives us 2i squared. So this becomes minus 2i, I squared, remember it is minus 1. So this becomes times minus 1. So our 2 here is 2i, and then this becomes minus 2 times 1 is 2. So to place this result in the form of x and y, we'll bring these 2 behind to the front and then take this behind. So we'll have 2i. So our result is minus 2 minus 2i. Now, this is C. C says 5 plus 2i all over I, 1 plus I. Now, we solve this the way we solve SOLD. So we'll multiply both the denominator and the numerator by the conjugate form of this number, of the denominator, that is the negative form of it. So we have this plus I, 1 plus I, times 1 plus 1 minus I. We'll do the same thing to the numerator. So 1 minus I. 5 times 1 will give us 5. 5 times minus I will give us 5i. 2 times 1 gives us 2i. 2 times I, 2i times minus I will give us minus 2i squared. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times j is minus I. Now, I times 1 is I, and I times minus I will have I squared. Now, this is 5. Minus 5 plus 2 gives us minus 3i, and 2 times I squared, and I squared is established that is equal to minus 1. Minus I plus I will cancel out. So that is 0 in the middle. Now, minus I plus I is 0. So we have 1 left here. This minus is this, and I squared alone means minus 1. Take note of that. So we have 5 minus 3i, minus times minus becomes plus. 2 times 1 is 2. So this becomes 1 plus 1, because minus times minus is plus. So 5 plus 2 gives us 7 minus 3i over 2. This becomes our result for C. And the last one says, now the final answer can also be written as 1 over 2 times 7 minus 3i. Take note. Now, D says 1 over I. Now remember, we'll multiply both the denominator and the numerator by the conjugate form of I. That is to say, 1 over I times minus I, which is the conjugate form of plus I. Now we'll also do the same thing to the numerator. So 1 times negative I is minus I all over I times I will give us I squared. Minus I all over minus times I squared is minus 1. So equal to minus I divided by 1 is minus I. So for us to have our answer in the x plus y iy format, we'll now say 0 minus I as our answer. Thank you for being there. See you in the next episode.